Okay, now we have audio. So all I've done so far is explain the project, which I'll do again. And then I've already inked the envelope, and then we opened it up and put the window in, just like we did in video 1, where we did the triangle window. Now, this is going to be on the page as a side tuck, okay? And then we are going to flip the bottom of this up to make another pocket. Then we are going to cut this side to make our long pocket, so we've got our tag in the window. Then we are going to put a flap on, and that's going to be a pocket. And then we're going to put all of our cards in. So now that we're caught up to where we were at when I realized there was no audio, glad I hadn't done the whole page. So now we're at the step of inking and adding the acetate. Man, that really makes me crazy. That was a Windows update thing. And I restarted my computer, and for some reason there was no audio. Okay, so let's ink this first. Come on, silly. Don't get flustered. Things happen. You're going to have to watch me ink a little bit in this video. I apologize. I know it's no fun. Can't ink it till I cut it. It's going to happen several times in this video. Okay, so now I want to add the acetate on. Keeping in mind that this is going to be a side pocket from this side. So we need to think about that when we put the acetate, because we're going to be putting stuff in and out of the pocket. So I'm going to say that we should glue the acetate all the way to the edge on what's going to be the left side in here. So look at this ink everywhere. Let's get our acetate, get the two tiny pieces off. Put this away. Sorry you didn't get to see me do that, but we did do it in video 1. So hopefully you remembered that. Oh yeah, that's going to be perfect. I wonder if I should just put it all the way across, and then the up and down would be exactly right. Or it would be close enough. See, I used the regular cutter or trimmer for about 2 seconds. Paper clip this back to here before we lose it. Set it to the side. Now, it's on the trimmer. Now we've got our piece that we're going to use, so we're going to glue around the window. And then we're going to glue around the acetate. I probably should use a different glue than this. You have to be very careful. And it doesn't take very much. All right, let's glue around the edges of the acetate. We have to be kind of quick. Acetone kind of eats acetate. And I'm trying to stay above my piece of tape, which is where the bottom of the camera is. Okay. Got that without putting any glue in the window. And the crowd roars. So now I've discovered, oh no, that's going to be okay. Okay, so now going to add acetate. Now we're going to reassemble the envelope. All the way, and we're going to seal it. And you're thinking, but it's going to be a pocket. Yes, it is. But remember, on the opposite side of this. This is going to be a side tuck. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to glue this down, though. That's all right. Okay. So we've got that. All right, so we're gonna cut the long side for the pocket. And then we're gonna cut a little teeny bit off the bottom so that when we fold it up, we've got another pocket. And I thought I was gonna use this, but I guess I'm not. Let's do this first. I think we're going to have to cut more than a teeny bit and just make our pocket smaller. We need about 1/2 inch off. Okay. Oh, look at that. Tiny smidge crooked. See, it's moving. Try that. Okay, now we're going to want to let's funny, we just put it together and now it's going to come apart again. I do believe. Now, I'm going to stand up, make sure I can hold this down. Now, technically we should cut the top so that the cuts match. Let's do the, I believe at this point, yeah, at this point we need to put a magnet in. And that's to hold the flap. You know, we need to put the magnet on the flap and then flip this over and put the magnet to match on the back. Wish I didn't have that big blank area. Wonder how bad I can mess this up. Oh, well, okay. And the crowd roars. Do have ink on here that we need to clean up, though. Okay, so now we need to ink this. Then we need to fold this up. Did I cut the window on the wrong side? No, I cut it on the wrong end. So we need to ink that. And that'll fix it. I told you I've never done this before and we're winging it. So this is me winging it. I didn't do a demo ahead of time. I changed my mind a couple times. And, yeah. All right, let's put... Okay. I'm not the best at stamping. I'm practicing though. Right here in front of you. Alright, so let's fold this up. Because we're going to need to glue this back together, but only as far up as we fold it. So let's... Oh, look at that. That would be perfect. Okay. So let's fold it up right here. So that means I inked. Oh no, I didn't ink it yet. And we're going to end up with 2 pockets. And I will show you how. Alright, so we're going to need to glue it along the crease where we folded it up. And that'll make the bottom of our side pocket. Then we need to do just that and glue it shut. No, we need to glue both. So we're not going to end up with 2 pockets just because of the way this worked out, because in her video she did a top pocket, and now I see why. Because she ended up with a second pocket from the side plus the flipped up pocket. But we're not going to have that because we won't have a pocket this way if we leave it open that way. So let's fold this up again. Wait till the glue's dry. Make sure that's going to be okay. If I ink it some more, won't be quite as obvious. Except for it's going to be inked a lot more than the rest of it. Now we're going to glue this to make our pocket from the crease up both sides. We're going to fold it up and we're going to hold the heck out of it. I have ink all over me now. Yeah, see, this is pretty thick. Let's paper clip it for a second. Give the glue a chance to grab. We can work on the flap. Okay, so we'll leave that glued for now. All right. So we'll set that over there. We know this card will work, so we won't need this. Well, yeah, we will for inside of our window. Okay. So now we will need this in so much as we need to know how wide, well, the flap width will be fine, but we need to know how high do we want the flap, how tall. So we're going to measure from the top of the window, because we want to cover the window, maybe down just a little bit like that, and then right above our pocket, say here, and then we're going to cut it off there, and we're going to leave the flap open and not seal anything up because we want to have the flap. We've got this we could use for something as well. Maybe farther along. Maybe I'll use it later in the book where that I'm making pages after these 4 videos are over, and then you'll see the entire book, small book, in the flip through, but you won't see it before then. Okay, now if we move that noisy thing out of the way, if we look at this, then you'll see that it's open at the bottom, and we don't want that. We want it to be open along the side as well. Or should we leave it open at the top? No, we better open it on the side. So let's glue the bottom. Otherwise the flap's going to stick out farther than that. So, oh wait, before we do that, we want to put the magnet in. I almost forgot. Technically the card is supposed to hold it in, but this is such heavy craft envelope that I really don't want to take a chance of closing it up and then it not holding. You know what I mean? And miss my chance to put the magnet in. If the magnet is extra closing power, then, you know, that's fine. But I don't want to rely on a piece of ephemera to hold it closed. So let's put this about in the center. And I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just laying the magnet down like before, and I'm taping it into place. So I'll show you here in just a second. So all I did was put the magnet inside, and then I just put a piece of tape over it. Okay? Now, yes, and luckily I put the piece of tape the right way. Now we're going to glue this shut. It's easier to do it this way because 2 sides are open than just to wait and do it from the one side when we glue this back up and then cut that side for a flap. I mean for a pocket. Okay. We have to trim this. Works out your stomach muscles when you're trying to hold it in and hold everything down. Makes your tummy muscles work. But this is using this trimmer. Oh, look at that. Using this trimmer has actually bothered my back through bothering my neck, I believe. Because I'm not used to using a guillotine cutter, and you have to hold everything down a little bit harder on this. Plus, part of the problem with this envelope is that there's it's like doing 2 sheets of paper at once. So you end up with a harder time, you know what I mean, getting it done than it would be normally. Okay, so we've got our magnet in place. We've got our flap ready. So now we're going to glue our flap on. Okay. This is going to be glued as a, I'm going to go ahead and put a little extra. I don't normally. We've been having a little trouble with this being kind of thick, so the paper. Okay, so now let's look at our flap. Make sure it's straight. And I'll decorate this somehow, maybe some book page and a little bit of ephemera. I should be able to undo this now. Okay, so now we've got this, and now we have this. Oh, that's not actually a problem, is it? Well, it is, because we cut this as an outside pocket, because that would have been a little tight. So we're gonna seal this up with washi. This is a really cool set of washi. I like the one with the little one with the illegible text and the one with the plaid. This one has tickets on it. They're all cool. There's some more text. I'm trying to get to this one right here. Let me find the end. And I just want to cover this part here. That way my pocket will be this deep. And I'm going to go ahead. I'm so sorry. I'm a little tongue-tied today. And make sure the text is the right side up. And I made a little bit longer because the edge was not straight. Oh, that's cool. There's a big owl right there. And it says soothsaying. And it says peculiar potions. It's a bit of a, what do I want to call it? Alchemic washi. Alchemy related. Oh, for goodness sakes. Apparently this is some good washi, which I already knew it was. Pull that back up just a little bit and trim just the very end off. There we go. I didn't want to take a chance of covering up the edge that we made. Let's go ahead and put just a little bit of ink on the washi so it doesn't stand out completely. We have to ink this. looks like I didn't ink the inside. Lots of cutting, lots of inking. Okay, so now what we should have is a side pocket, which we do, a side pocket, which we do, a pocket here, which we do, and a little pocket in the front, which we do. So now I got this new We Are Memory Keepers thumb punch that makes the little thumb hole for you, but I've never used it before. I'm not sure if now's the time to try it out for the first time, but I say let's go for it. So let's put a thumb notch in this one. We'll have to reevaluate here. I'm not sure if this is going to slide in. Okay, now I'm going to have to put my head up here because I want to make sure I'm in the center. I have to stand up. Perfect. Okay, I know where the center is on this one because there's a seam. Oh, look at that. Oh, you gotta love that. Well, that little piece went somewhere. So let's, it's already been inked back there, but let's pull this out. Ink it there. I'll pull this out and ink it here. Would have been better if this had been stamped, huh? That's okay. So we've got that. We have our washi here. We have our two pockets here. I think we should put a thumb hole. No, we can't because it'll be too deep. It'll come too far in. We'll have to put a tab on the card for here. Let's put our magnet on before we forget. We, you, me, we're in this together. There we go. Okay. Let me look on here and see if I haven't done, is there anything I haven't done? Okay. So now we're going to come back to the paper. This is all assembled. We're going to put it on here. Let's use the bone folder on it first. See if we can make that pocket a little more distinct. The edge a little more crisp. Now, I'm not going to make all the cards. I think we have some ephemera that might fit in here. There's going to be a long card, remember, in here. That was technically going to hold the flap shut, but I don't think that it was strong enough, you know, to do that. Yeah, that came out perfect. That'll look nice right there. It'll lighten it up a little bit. Then I'm going to do something here. We'll have to decorate here. Then you take this out, and then you can open this up. Wow, that magnet's strong. Then you'll see the card in here, and you'll be able to take the card out of the side. And you'll also have this little bitty pocket here, so you actually have to take both cards out, maybe. No, I don't think so. Not if you use small ones. Okay. So let's put it on the page. couple of these things out of the way so you can see what I'm doing here. It almost looks like a little lunch bag now, doesn't it? Okay, so the text is right side up going this way. So we're going to put this here. So how many pockets are we going to have? We're going to have one. Oh wait, you know what? We're going to stamp this and put this on the inside here. What do you think? It's pretty much the right size. And I like the little dot around it. Looks like little seams. Okay, hold on just one moment. I had a doctor's appointment that I forgot about, and the alarm went off on my phone, and I had to do a virtual doctor's appointment. So there you go. I was too busy thinking about you guys. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put this on as a pocket, and I don't think I'm going to ink it. This is inked and stamped, washi, and so I think what we'll do is when I go through the ephemera, we have this little ephemera, little ephemera, and then this littler ephemera. And so actually there's a couple bigger ones back here, which is the top. This is the top. That might look kind of cool right there. Maybe I'll make a little cluster or something with that. I'm trying to do more clusters. I really am. And then we also have these large tags that come with the kit as well. Plus there's a envelope. There's 2 or 3 actually, but this is the size I thought would fit in here. And then there's also the ephemera file folder. So I'll probably put that in the middle of the book and do something with that. Remember, we're going to be doing 4 pages together, and then we're going to set them aside, and then I'm going to put them in the book, and then I'm going to make 4 more, but not like this. You know what I mean? They're just going to be using the ephemera and the pockets and make my own pockets and stuff like that. Nothing technical, because that's what we're doing. And oh look, the other side of this is stamped. What do I think? Yeah, I don't like that at all because it just blends right in. I like this side better. So let's glue this on as a pocket. Anyway, so we're doing the more technical pages, or the ones I wanted to show you anyway, in person, how to do. With the design team projects, you know, it's 4 days, and so we have to make the best of our time. Okay. Yeah. I didn't cut this with the pinking shears to go along with the torn because this looks like it was stitched because of the way the indentation is from being the center of a die cut. Okay? So now we do need to make a card for this because we have this one taken care of, and I'll do the 2 smaller ones on my own. Get in there. Okay, so we've got this one taken care of to hold that flat. Well, we've got the magnet, so it's like a fake holding it shut. And so then there's a little one we need down here, and then we need the one for here. And so I thought maybe we could use this. Where am I trying to open? The flap. So I guess that is doing a good job holding it shut. Okay. So to do that, we do it just like we did the others. Let's see if this is wide enough. No, it's not. It says a scrap. I don't have any other. I thought it would be wide enough. Oh, I was going to cut the envelope down, but then I decided not to. I do have a two-sided paper, but it's not. Let's see what I've got here that would show through nice. Oh, that would be pretty. All right, so let's mark this. To make the rest of the book, I'm going to have to print some more pages. Let's do it this way. You know what? Let's do it this way first, because this is a long page. So let's get it down to a manageable size first. I am getting better with the single page cutting though, even though it's noisy. Okay, now let's do this. Yeah, we're almost there as far as that goes. Let's cut it there and see how that goes. I don't know. May not go at all because I keep saying see how that goes. I think the trick might be to be firm. Act like you're going to tell it who's boss. Okay, that works. Oh, look at that. That works out really well. Okay. So then I'm going to cut it with some sticking out. If I decide to put a tab on it, I'll just trim it. Because I might want it to go all the way inside and have a tab, because we're putting it on as a, wow, if we put it on as a side tuck, how big of a card are we going to be able to have? Yeah, that'll work. It'll still work. Now, wait a minute, do I have any straight edges at this point? No. I just wanted to make sure I didn't trim it down to size and then discover I had a straight edge that I needed to make all scrubbed. And then I'll ink this off camera. Yeah, that'll be fine. Look at that. Look how that worked out. That worked out nice. And then on the back of this is printed the tea dye, or coffee dye. And I'm going to leave this the craft too. I'm not going to paper it. Even though you can see the fold. I just realized that now that we're all done with it and it's too late to do anything. Well, it's not technically. Get stick paper in there, slide it in with glue on it. But I really just like the look of the craft with the stamped. Okay, and then like I said, I'll do something here. Maybe I'll put the clock here. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll show you in the next video if I do it now. I probably will do it after the 4 videos are over. So now all we need to do, let's take this out. Let's paper clip this to that. Good grief. I have 100 paper clips in that little container. Can't get a hold of any of them. So let's glue this to the page as a side tuck. And I think we would be better served to just glue it on as a tuck. You know what I mean? That's way over here, not like one that's this shaped. Just along this side. put a couple rows of glue on here because this is kind of heavy. So I want to make sure that it's going to stay on. Okay. Let's get it straight. And that looks centered. Okay. And then, like I said, now if I thought about it, I would have put a small window in this flap. So keep that in mind yourselves. You would just do it the exact same way that you did this one, only you would do it on this, the front of this. Okay? So that would have been a good idea. Glad I had it now, huh? Instead of when I was writing up how to do this, I'm going to have to go back through my notes and change them anyway. So now we're not gluing pages in the book right now. We're just setting them to the side. I'm going to have to make a note to myself, though, that this needs to go on a right-facing page, so that otherwise I won't be able to get the card out. Okay, and then we're going to have another card here, and a card here, and then a card behind, which was actually the one I just used. This is a different butterfly. We could use that for the writing card. And I didn't ink that. Alright, so we could make it here. It's already the right length. I think maybe I'll just shave a smidge off. See, and you thought we were done, didn't you? Well, there you go thinking again. I only think on Tuesdays. Today's Friday for me. Let's take a smidge off the top. You know, like when you get your hair cut, just a smidge off the top. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, see, that'll be fine. So I'll ink both of those up. It helps lighten up, you know, the craft as well. And it matches this card. And I'm going to try to quit saying and I keep getting too low, I think. Yep, so I think that's it for this video, and I will see you in the next video, and that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.